Tommy Watt for T2T Boxing. I'm joined by Lucas Big Daddy Browne here at Knockout Nutrition in Sydney. How you doing, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thanks, mate. Very well. So I understand Knockout are doing a promotion today, and they obviously look after all of your nutrition now.
That's right, mate. A 12th birthday for them, so got the shirt on. But yeah, you got the sausage sizzle, the free pancakes, obviously on sale for all the sort of things. Just advice and everything else, but just to get the community involved as well.
Yeah, great. So good turnout. And the pancake eating competition.
That's right. I didn't get involved. Just let you know, I didn't get involved.
Probably an unfair advantage. So how's training been going so far? Just to start off with easy questions.
Very good, mate. It's always good coming over here. I got no distractions, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, Blacktown PCYC with Roddy Williams. Everything's going great. I was 130 kilos starting this. I'm not going to tell you what I'm weighing at now because I wanted to be a surprise on weigh-in day. But yeah, everything's going exceptionally well. I think personally I'm in better shape, fitness-wise, also better knowledge than the Chicago fight at the moment, which is great. I've still got 5 weeks to go, so I'm exceptionally happy.
Well, you've been through a lot since then, mate. It's been a big journey.
I have indeed, yeah. Yeah, more mentally tough as well, which is good. I've had to sort of become that during this whole process, but yeah, here we are.
Yeah, so you obviously had sort of everyone's seen the press conference that you flew over to the UK for, and there's been mixed reactions to that. Mainly, sort of, I guess a lot of people were disappointed in many of the things that Dillian was saying. What are your thoughts now that you've had a few weeks to sort of think about it?
Well, he's still a dickhead. I think that's just a given. I think he has to sort of sell the fight, so he's going to be a dickhead to sell the fight, which is quite sad, but that's him, not me, which is great. I think he gets too emotionally involved, so especially the last 3 weeks when I'm going to go over to the UK, I believe it's the 1st or 2nd of March. I'll be in Ricky Hatton's gym, training, sparring, etc., and then also sparring with Chisora. So for me, that's great, and I think once I get there, I'll start getting into his head a little bit more and shit stirring and everything else, and really sort of create the buzz.
Yeah, I think sparring with Chisora will certainly help that as well. Him and Dalboy not got a great relationship. How did that come about? Obviously, they've just fought each other, so you have a lot of knowledge, I guess, on Dillian's style.
When I was over there for a couple of days, obviously we're going out and meeting this, that, and the other, and we hooked up with his trainer, promoter, manager, whatever the hell it was. I can't remember his name, so I'm sorry. But we had dinner with him, and he suggested. I'm like, oh hell yeah! Like, why wouldn't I? You know, so that'd be sensational. I've got great sparring partners here. Particular Tongan Sam, he's going for the Commonwealth Games, representing Tonga, things like that. So great sparring, everything else. But yeah, to get over there and do some sparring in that weather and environment and everything else will be sensational.
And so, what that trip over was the first time in the UK for a long time for yourself after a few trips. Yeah. So how was it like being amongst the UK fans again? So I know you've got a mixed bag over there. You've got a lot of fans and you've got a lot of haters. So how was it?
But it was very good. I didn't have too much of the haters, which is great. I think, because it's a fight between me and Dillian Whyte, I think all the haters sort of kept quiet a little bit because a lot of people are hating on him, which is great. The cold wasn't exactly what I wanted. I'd come straight from like 34, 35 degrees to like, shit, what's going on? But it's always good, great to go to the UK and get that good environment, and people love boxing there, so it's great.
Yeah, and so the timing of your fight couldn't be much better with the next week. We've obviously got AJ Parker coming up, and it's just a huge couple of weeks for heavyweight boxing in the world, but particularly in the UK.
That's right, yeah.
So have you got half an eye on that fight? Are you thinking that far ahead?
For sure. You've also got Wilder and Ortiz just before that as well. So if I'm going for the WBC silver title, obviously Wilder has the world, so that's definitely something I'll be watching very closely. And then even if it's a fight between sort of myself and Parker, if he loses, obviously if he wins, great, stuff like that. So everyone's going I think everyone's thinking Joshua's going to win, being favourite, all this sort of stuff. But at the same time, you never know. Like, this is heavyweight boxing. If he does fight a little bit closer, like he did with Takam, I think it gives Parker a lot more chance. I think if he does fight long, it'll probably 70-30 towards Joshua.
And I think Eddie Hearn will probably have half an eye on that as well. So if you come through the fight against Dillian, I'm sure you'll have a seat over at ringside at the AJ fight as well.
I certainly hope so. Nothing's been spoken about yet, as you can imagine. But yeah, we'll see what the result is, and then we'll see how it goes from there.
Yeah, so you mentioned Wilder and Ortiz. That fight's obviously coming up very quickly, and so managed to get remade after it sort of fell away last time. What are your thoughts on that fight? Do you think Ortiz is not? He doesn't tickle. He's got a bit of power. So
right,
what are your thoughts?
Well, I think anyone who's a lefty, and especially a good lefty like Ortiz, is going to create problems for anyone. The last time that Wilder fought a lefty, he knocked Spilker out with that perfect right hand.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's what he's got. He has a beautiful right hand. Unfortunately, he can't box any other way. He gets too emotionally involved, gets too excited, and windmills come from every direction. But he does have that knockout one-punch power. So yeah, you never know with Wilder.
Yeah, it could be, and like I say, one of them could go at any moment.
That's
so
right.
It keeps it very interesting. So heavyweights just in general,
Yes,
it's great right now.
Yeah.
And so the UK, you're going over a few weeks before, right? So
three,
sort of settle down and settle in.
Yeah.
So how did you get? So you struggled with the jet lag on the way back last time. So
yeah, it was only 3 days over there as well, so that sort of created the issue. I got there straight away into the routine of the daytime over there, and then flew back and was gone. Yeah, so it took me about a week to recover from that.
Yeah.
So at least this time it's 3 weeks out. So I was 3 before, which is great. Straight into training with Ricky's gym. I think I'll be staying in Hyde. He's got a house across the road.
Oh, okay, nice.
So I'll be staying in Hyde, Ricky's gym twice a day. Rodney's coming with me, Rodney Williams. So yeah, straight into it. And yeah, within that week will be sweet. Sparring everything else.
Excellent. We're really looking forward to it. So to see boxing will be over there. We're flying over for the fight to catch up.
Lovely.
So yeah, absolutely cannot wait. And I know there's a lot of animosity, no love lost. So you can't wait to get your hands on Dillian. But have you got a prediction for the fight?
Like I've said this many times, I don't want to judge his decision. I really don't. I want to knock him out. I want to stop him. I want him to not get off his stool, whatever it may be. But I want a decisive win to say yes, he won. Nothing to say like three people who have watched the fight have the control of my life. You know what I mean? I want to have control of my life. I want to knock him out. I've never actually got into a fight not liking someone. Often enough, we've had dinner the night before after weigh-ins and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? But I really want to hurt him. I think it's going to be great. So, me personally, I've grown up being a semi-violent person. So for me, it's going to be great getting into a ring and legally being able to hurt someone and get paid for it as well. So I think it's going to be great. Yeah.
And so does that bring an extra dimension? Like I say, you never really had any animosity previously towards your opponents. Does it bring an extra level of discipline that you have to bring to the fight, so not to go mad in those first few rounds?
I do think so, but I always thought, especially like coming into fighting initially, I jumped in the cage and I thought I was going to be an absolute psycho, and it was completely opposite. I was that calm, it wasn't funny. So I don't think the fact that just because I'm in the ring and can do it, I'm too controlled for that. Basically, that's probably the best way to say it. I am too controlled for that. Even during the press conference, you're sort of looking at him, and I'm thinking, I just want to grab him and strangle him. But I know that I'm going to get my hands on him later, so I'll let it go, let him do his thing, and then I'll get him in the ring. So yeah, once the actual fight comes in the ring, I think it's going to be a very different story.
So we absolutely cannot wait, and I know tickets are selling well, so it's going to be a great atmosphere over at the O2.
O2, yeah. What a great venue, you know. So,
yeah, absolutely cannot wait. Any final thoughts before we head off, and a shout out to sponsors or anything like that?
Not so much the sponsors, but just remember that the Australian public, it is on main event, and it'll be on main event on the 25th, the Sunday. So please get behind everything. I think that Australian boxing needs it. Whether obviously myself or any other weight classes, I think we really need to get behind our boxers and sort of bring it back to where it should be.
Yeah,
definitely. So the support would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, get onto main event, check that out. Also later on this year we'll have we've got Horn and Crawford, which will be on main event. So there's a couple of real big stages for Aussie fighters to really break out this year. So hopefully you're the first of those, and get yourself back on track. And so I know you've had a real tough time since that Shagoev fight in terms of getting fights and staying active. Is the plan, once you get through Dillian, to stay active, get a few more fights in this year?
Certainly is. I want to have 3 to 4 fights this year. All depends on how it all goes. Unfortunately, you've got promoters and you've got Hatton, you've got everything else. So we'll see how it all goes. I know that I'll be, and I always am, a clean boxer, hence the knockout nutrition as well. They've made sure that I've stayed on track. I've had a clean test since then, so everything is on fire and I can't wait. So I just want to stay active, yeah.
Excellent. Well, thanks again, as always, for your time, and we'll see you. If we don't see you before, we'll see you over in London.
Good man, thank you.
Nice one. Cheers, mate.